New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
Hi, well, for those who are listening to this for the first time, this is the second round of my thing, whatever I'm doing, of my morally gray choice, I guess, and my quest to spread honesty. And that's where this whole adventure came from tonight. I'm still up. I've been up all night, yeah. Like I said, I've made a morally gray choice. And it's not something that was unknown to me. It was a situation that I would be familiar with. It was a person I would be familiar with. Yeah, I weighed the choices I needed. So I went in there with a conscious decision. Yes. Because I looked at what would happen. I would gain a better understanding of a person that I was already, familiar with, as an acquaintance, friend, but I'd have a chance to, experience higher levels of truth and honesty, and yes, easy decision for me. Well, it wasn't, I wouldn't call it easy, I weighed them. I weighed the decisions. I'm not regretting it, is what I should say. I'm probably going to use a lot of weird words, and some people are going to have a hard time understanding me. Like I said, I've been up all night. I'm just riding it out. And it's probably just going to be a long rambling, so tune in for some shit. Because words, I'm going to use a lot. Words part of the problem. Everything is part of it. The balance and these choices that we make as people, our paths, whatever you want to call it. You see, we use these words and we make assumptions, and we associate these words with a painted picture in our head. We use a word to paint a picture, not 1,000, just one, because it builds up into a picture. It draws itself in our head. It's hard to explain. We paint a picture, and another person has a different picture for that word, or a set of words form a different picture, or the same set of words form different pictures. It's crazy. Perceptions. So we think we know someone, we think we know a friend, or we think we know what they're all about, or what they have to offer, their hobbies. We don't think we can connect them more anymore until we take that leap of honesty and the unknown. Because it all comes down to his fear and those two forces. People call them whatever, good and bad, life and death, fear and faith, or fear and love. Sorry, I call it fear and love, and karma. And you get the point. People listen to this. Most likely they get what I'm saying. Two things, two forces. All words could boil down to two types of feelings, because all feelings boil down to what I call fear and love, good or bad. It all boils down to left or right choices. The balance is the scale. Everything goes, yeah. And we take these words and they break down into feelings, and these feelings, they'll lead us into moments in time, or just moments, because moments themselves are what we call time. Anyways, we take it and we're presented with these choices, and it's left, right, or forward. Yeah, there's no backwards. People always say, "Oh, you've taken a step backwards because you've repeated a choice." No, you've revolved. You moved forward, and you've made the same choice again, And the only reason that same choice is there is because love exists, and love exists to guide you. And love has presented that choice there for you again, because there's something there. It may not be the exact scenario that it was the last time, but it's the same. It's the same. It will lead to the same thing, and you'll break it down, and you'll associate with the same choice, because you're presented like with this easy, nice, there's no obstacle path, right? Compared to this path that has lots of bushes and stuff, and as far as you can see the horizon, and there's this other path that has nice, easy way all the way to the horizon, and you're in a tough place because life just hit you hard in whatever way, and you're like, oh, I got to go this way because that way is scary. That way is fear, and I can't deal with that right now. But little once you get past that horizon, and a little bit ways down, it's always going to look more tantalizing. It's going to be a little more easier, and then it's going to be passable. You're going to find yourself at a really hard obstacle or route to pass, or a place in your life, and you want to turn back, but you can't, because you never know what's beyond that other path. But unknown to you, beyond that horizon on the other path was a beautiful, amazing place. That's what fear does, and that's why fear has been used for, it's everything's used in this great fucking battle. Because yes, there is a battle, and you could call it the forces, whatever you want to call them. But your truth is your truth. I'm not here to say anything wrong or right. I think they're all the same thing. I mean, we're talking about the same thing. We just have to explore the right words and find our connections, and we can, and be honest with ourselves too, and don't get angry and defensive, because that's fear also. Because it always boils down to fear. There's always, in every single thing we do, there's a little battle, a little choice. Fear, love. And yes, I find myself often too. I'm often making all these bad choices, and because there's always something like, just a little something, or I'm scared of something, or I'm scared to move forward, right? It's fear, and fear is so powerful that it's been used. It's the number one uniting tool, proven through history. It's used for great evil deeds. Yes, don't get me wrong, terrible things, but it's used always to unite or for a purpose, and that's what drives that person. That's what drives. There's a goal, and then there's some people who are just straight tools and products of that force, of either force. There's some really bad people, but there's some really amazing people. And fear has been used as the number one uniting tool, not because it's man doesn't know about love. It's used because fear is so simple and love is so complex. It's not used because man doesn't know of love. It's because man knows too little of love. We get a glimpse of this love, or of the source of love, and it's so powerful and majestic and amazing that we get a glimpse of it, and we're satisfied. We're happy. We're in this place, and love is, you could be with a person, and it could be in a place. You could be with an object. You could be with a feeling. You could find love in anything. Some people find it in simple things. Some people find it in other things, and we can't judge what we find love in, even if you think it's wrong. The true love is acceptance of all, even the bad. I know it's gonna irk somebody, but I've had most of my family too. I'm not saying let bad be bad to you. All means protect yourself. But there's a great difference in attacking and defending. In attacking, it's always fear-based. When you're truly defending someone that you love with your heart and you put your life on the line, that is love. You don't do more than that. And it's so, I don't know. Anyways, we get glimpses of this love and we're just satisfied. And we don't we don't seek more sources because we're just like, oh, this is good, this is good. And there's also that fear, right? Like, there's that fear is so fucking powerful because it's so simple. It's a tiny little spark, and it lets your brain do the rest of the work. You do the rest of the work. You made those bushes on the left path. You know, you make, you know, social anxiety. It's always this form of fear inside you. And the greater the form of fear, the more powerful the source of love behind it. Behind every tiny little even spark of fear is a potential for a great source of love. And fear is there because there is that war, of that balance in this universe. Call whatever the forces you want to call them. It's on the scale. Left, right, and forward. Good and bad, whatever. Call them what you want to call them. But they are at war. And you are the weapon, the tool, the product. Choices. We all think they're good and bad or whatever. Seek past these little tiny fears. These sources of love. Seek friends that you thought you knew you had. Like, and you never know what you can find in somebody when you're honest. You can never know what you find in yourself when you're honest. When you're honest with both yourself and someone, and you come to this level where you not only understand and learn more about yourself and that person, but you understand more about the world because you understand more about the experiences that you've had in the world. And learning more about that, you learn more about spirituality. See, when you're honest and truthful, and you love true, and that feeling, that you learn, you grow, there's always potential. And fear may be powerful because, it spreads like flame and it, sparks. But each individual in this world is a great source of love and is a great beacon if we united. But we can never unite if we're always separated by these words and these and our own truths, our experiences. Because we've all had experiences, we've all got hit hard by life in some way. Some of us have, there's some that have been born with a silver spoon, but they suffer in their own ways that we can't comprehend because we've suffered in our own way. We can't even imagine living that life for, they can't be like this because they're this, or, they have lots of money, so how can they be suffering anyway? And we're all just divided and hateful of each other, and fear is very powerful. It all takes is one person just to keep fighting, because with love, there's always going to be a battle with love, because the other force, fear, doesn't want you to have love. But that's the thing. That's fear's weakness. In fear itself, there is love. Every time you're fearful of exploring or doing a new thing, or every time you recognize that source of fear and you back away, fear is won, and you have missed out on an opportunity for love. But love is so great, it will keep giving you back the opportunities. That's the revolution. Sorry, I've been up for a lot of time. And the good news is about everything, though, is I learned how to close my left window's blinds finally after months. Hashtag black out the sun. Sorry, guys, it's been a long, wonderful night. Anyways, each fear is weak because you can recognize love and fear. You can gain a new source. Like, imagine your life, yourself, everything about you is a house, your temple, your everything about you, your world, your reality is this giant house, and Each source of love in your house, each from whatever a person or whatever, is a strong pillar holding that house up. Seek more, conquer more fears, and seek more sources of love, and build more pillars, because times ahead are going to be rough. They're always going to be rough, and you need to build your house strong and build many pillars, lest God forbid those important pillars break. You'll still be able to stand, and you'll endure, and you'll survive, and you'll build more love, conquer more fear. Anger is good. Be angry, but be angry in love. You could be angry with love, with loving purposes. It's so hard to explain, but you can. Be angry and shout and paint the city and paint your words on things like, do non-violent things. Make a sound, take a stand, do whatever you think you can. Me just happens to be rambling on for an unknown length of time while I'm writing the effects of a drug-induced rant. But for you, it can be anything. And this is me being honest. We all need to be honest. We can learn so much things. And we gotta recognize definitely that the words we use, people, even though they know the same words, even though they know them, doesn't mean they have the same exact view. You could say a sentence and somebody's not gonna get the exact thing you're saying. Like, two people can watch the same event, right? And they're gonna walk away with like a different version, or a slightly different version of what happened, or they'll use different words to describe it, and then it's the phone call effect like you did in school. It's just the way it works. Life is meant to be experienced. The farther you get away from the source of the action, of the truth you seek, the farther you'll be away from the truth. Be the action and have the truth. You are guided, whether you all this fear. We've all been clocked into this fucking system, man. Like, fear is so powerful that it's just put all over the place, and we see it, and we get molded, and our ideas get shaped, and we shape them ourselves, because we create our realities, but we let it get there, and we shape it, and we're like, I can't. Our true dreams become more and more impossible, and our fake dreams, are just there, and some of us just crumble. Sometimes we're so worried about, we're too far away from our true path. Look at all this stuff we've accomplished on our way to a fake dream, and the only way to accomplish our true dream is to start over. But I'm too scared to drop this. That's kind of the basis. This whole thing, fear and love, the forces of life, the universe. These aren't secrets. These are things you know inside yourself. These are my truths, and everyone has their own truths. Everyone uses those words to express those truths, and everyone experiences situations with different feelings, and everybody has suffering, and everybody, it's whether you believe it or not, yeah. People are there. There's always, and yeah, there are bad shit happens. I'm so sorry. If you yourself listening to this is suffering in a bad way, listen. I love you. And I don't know what's happening with you, but you can have a friend in me. If only you reach out to me. And likewise, let me reach out to you when I need help, when I need getting up. That's the beauty of love. But that fear will always be present. That's it. That's the battle. That's in time. We're dictated by this ultimate design, this time, this clock. You gotta be here at this place to do this thing with this person, at this time, or else this person will be late to get to this place to do this thing with this person to this time. We constructed all our lives around each other in this thing called time, and we don't realize that inside ourselves there's this natural guiding system that, if we follow the true path of love and our intuition, it will guide us to our true dream and our path and what we're gonna do, as long as it's based in in love. And only you yourself will know if it's right. Nobody can tell you if it's right, unless you're going around like slaughtering people. That's if your dream is to go out and fucking do whatever, do it. I'm finding words hard to use right now. I've been up for a while, alright guys? So, well, I'm gonna keep talking if you want to keep listening, because I gotta go on about time now that I'm gone. Because time, man, we base this around all these TikToks, when really we have this guiding system, and there is no time. There's moment to moment, because you're wherever you are right now in this place right now at this time, you're in a moment. But chances are the next thing you do is going to be based on what time it is. You're going to wake up or brush your teeth, or you're going to be at work and on lunch break, or it's going to be based on time. You get what I'm saying? But in your natural intuition, moment, guiding system, whatever you want to call it, you're in that moment and you wait for the next opportunity that presents itself to you, that feels good in your heart, and that you can naturally see leading you to your dream, or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it. And then you move from that moment to the next moment, and then from that moment to that moment. And it's not time, it's not TikToks, it's just moment to moment. And no matter what that fear presents in front of you, no matter what obstacle or big or small that fear presents in you, I can guarantee you that love will always be behind that. Or you could find love in that. Or if you conquer it and find suffering in it, you'll become stronger because of it. But love will always take care of you, and it will always guide you. And you can call it whatever you want to call it. Oh my god. 22 minutes. I guess that's not too bad. I'll end it off there, guys. I might do the first video, so if I could end this on anything, if I can take any words out of this and some sort of last minute wisdom, it would be honest with yourself, and be honest with those people that you've let in your life, or you call friends, or or the people you trust. Be honest with them, because you learn and you'll grow. Within yourselves, you'll find new truths about experiences you thought you've already understood, and through that you'll understand things about the world or the universe or whatever. You'll grow, love and grow, and be kind to each other, and be helpful to each other, and explore everything a person has to offer, no matter what you already assume about them or what you think you know about them, because there's always going to be something more to learn about a person. That's what makes life so interesting and exciting, because there's always something new to learn and grow. If you do. Alright guys, I'm going to try to get some sleep. Anyone who listened to this, much love. Thank you. And follow your dreams. Bye.